just like we started last year. K-Corp and Falcons in the
K-Corp Falcons. 2-0 round of the Swiss. We won't lie. The last 2-0 round that we saw wasn't the most exciting game of Rocket League ever. We shall see if a potential Grand Finals preview. I feel like this is more likely a Grand Finals preview than Vitality NRG, but who knows, man, because NRG has not missed a Grand Finals, so I shouldn't be saying that.
Kind of a Jekyll and Hyde start to the Swiss yesterday.
Dude, I swear the mainstream does this to me sometimes. They turn it down. Somebody turn on Rawas's camera.
They just take care of business. They get a familiar opponent in GK, and you wouldn't have known anything was wrong at all. And also, Wildcard then had a dubious second round that they survived. So, again, we know nothing. As the teams go back and forth looking for the first opening, one thing can be sure here, though, Stumpy. You know that these two teams are absolutely going to bring it. This is going to be a highly entertaining series.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we saw earlier with Vitality versus NRG. That's the kind of series where you can easily
Drally
see
yesterday,
low scoring because
candidate for best player. Rawas, candidate for best player. Zen, candidate for best player.
It's a great demo to start things off.
Seems like maybe Zen currently has the. I didn't watch the NRG game, so I didn't know who was playing best for them. And then Nupo of Twisted Minds, even though they lost candidate for best player day one. We shall see who is able to separate themselves here today. Will it be Mr. Rawas and Drally? I don't love the color of Rawas's Fennec, I won't lie. Oof, also why is the Falcons not on the green team? I guess it's not the actual green team, it's the blue team, and so of course you gotta put KC on the blue team. But KC not having blue on the overlay.
And Vatira too slow to follow that up. Rawas looking for an infield pass.
Oh, fake? Wait, that was actually insane. The Killers pre-jump, keep everybody paused. Nobody like everyone wants to react to his shot, only then it's just a fake.
The shot just about hits the post. Vatira works it round two.
They do that a lot, but that was more intentional and kind of a bigger setup than they normally do it with.
More falling in favor of the Falcons so far.
Vatira's gonna leave that for Atto.
The Falcons are pea color, brother. It's time to drink some water. I don't know what to tell you, man, but not only do you need to drink some water, you might not even need to check out with a doctor or something.
Around the boards, looking for anybody in front, and instead finding TRK, a brick wall of his own right. Atto to the net, and that one saved away by Rawas as well. One more opportunity, and that should be enough for Falcons defensively. Rawas and Killers kind of collide near the boost, but no problem as they finally break out of the zone.
It's a decent chunk of offense as well coming through for Karmine Corp. They'll make sure they aren't just sitting back that entire time. Falcons, we've seen how well they can take advantage of teams that are going to sit back against them. Karmine Corp very rarely want to play like that. They want to be aggressive. They want to be that team that is putting the pressure.
All right, another low-scoring game. We've only had one cool opportunity, I would say, for the Falcons.
Clear it away for now. The Killers come straight in as a strong third man.
Down to the final 90 seconds of regulation, and neither has been able to find much of a crack in either defense. Atto, though, has that one falling down towards him, and TRK and Killers kind of both at the same time decided they were going to go, and
the Vatira fall all the way to the ground on zero.
Atto's got to be careful with this one to his own back wall. Vatira cut him off, and
Furia complexity over on the alt stream, by the way, has not started yet. So we have a little bit of an offset now, whether intentional or not. That's how you get Feer. Wait, that's what UP. I'm gonna get it. That's how UP gets Feer when water is Coke Zero. I think I get the sentiment. So far, would you have wanted Nas and Nip over GK after the first two rounds? GK lost the game to Foots? No, Joyo's looked really good. I don't know. GK's looked fine. They've earned it. And Joyo created like a top 5 basically by himself, with the exception of the Vitality And, ooh, nice play.
This time, and Team Falcons finally break the scoreless deadlock on a brilliant feed from TRK.
Good pass.
Stunning shot.
Good pass, good shots, good play.
Final 15 seconds. It's going to be a chance for Karmine Corp to make sure that they come back into this game. Let's kick off very vital.
Falcons are Dr. Pepper B color. Like I said, dude, I must drink more water than you guys. The Falcons are a baby poop yellow color. That's more accurate. But the baby has a milk protein allergy, so they can't have any dairy products, and suddenly you have to learn what Daya is, and it's objectively gross vegan cheese. That seems very specific. Yo, crazy. I mean, some people do their free play speed intentionally lower, but 90% does seem like a weird number. People do like 70% or like 50, like intentionally, like practice while going slow. But 90% does seem like maybe just the right amount, where it's like you're just confusing why you're like going a little bit slow and not playing perfect. 85 to 90 is the best. Also, if you don't know it's slow-mo, that could be bad. I feel like doing slow-mo free plays, what a lot of people use to get pretty mechy. But you kind of have to know that you're in slow-mo. If you try and do it exactly the same way when you're then in the actual game, it's not going to work.
They need like a good stretch of 30, 45 seconds on the other half of the field. Because Falcons, they look like the favorite to win this whole thing, though I'm sure Vitality would have quite a bit to say about that. They are through already. This goes right to K-Corp's back wall. It will be Rawas that takes over. TRK kind of chased away.
Only 3 drops today? How many were there yesterday? Were there more? This is a longer day today, too. I would think there'd be more. Surely they'll have 1v1 specific. There were 4? Interesting. I don't know why they do less. Today's going to be longer. They'll have 1v1 specific drops tomorrow. Surely, right? Surely.
As long as he could. And just look at Team Falcons again continuing to keep Karmine Corp from breaking out. Another ball thrown way downfield, and Atto's got to be very careful with this.
Oh, that's just in the net. This looked like the NRG Vitality series.
And it's K-Corp that strikes first in game 2. They get this from Drolly. Vatira made sure
Killer's kind of. I wonder if Killer's felt the bump pressure. He cheated up, but like if he didn't cheat up and if he stayed a little bit farther back, he was gonna get bumped. He was getting like honed in on by a potential bumper.
In that previous game, the Karmine Corp are straight back in. It's going to be a little pole bouncer, nothing quite finding its way in as Falcons their chance. It's good defense from Rawas, keeps it away, but actually a cheeky little jump is going to be horrible from TRK. Manages to recover it to his teammates, but made that a lot more awkward than it had to be.
The drops don't refresh every day? Yeah, they do. The first day drops were called like day 1 drops. So I don't know why they'd call them that if they weren't going to have.
Vatira just waiting in midfield to see if Atto could get that ball down to him.
Let me see.
And right back to the defense they go.
Oh, I heard a ping. I heard a ping. I was looking at my drops. This is obviously the most important thing that you could possibly do.
Perfectly top left.
It's not even a particularly.
Oh my! What a dunk! Yeah, they reset. Birmingham Major day 2 drops.
Calls his bluff, sends it forward, slices the net in half. Falcons, they bring it level.
TRK doesn't get the second touch there, and nobody else was crashing.
Could someone drop me on my head, please? You guys do that on your own.
That was intended to be the fake. Second touch goes wayward. Atto's over there.
You have no new ones today? I don't tell you, brother.
The defense off balance. Going to be the key for both these teams. They've seen every trick in the book and then some, but they couldn't get back here.
The Falcons already back up.
Gives Falcons the lead again.
That one was a bit of a loose touch from Drolly. Attempts to then go for the 50. Can't quite get anything too
nice shot, dude. Falcons.
A pretty simple shot.
Looking scary.
On target with the low boost defense is going to garner you a goal. And Falcons, despite going behind stacks a couple of minutes ago, they find themselves in the lead with just under half time.
Couple unanswered goals. Now Atto waiting for TRK. Got that ball around the boards, but only as far as the primary defender. And now a quick shot. Drowley will score. and he continues his reign of terror. He's got them both for KC.
It's a lovely snapshot too, helped on by Killers. I don't think either of his defenders knew what was going to be happening after trying to throw their bodies in the way. They weren't able to make any contact, and so that's going to be Karmine Corp drawn up.
Complexity are winning against Furia.
2 minutes left.
Maybe the whole Sam scare was just Furia, not, well, because they don't, if Secret doesn't do well. Sam's going to have to just adopt Complexity if Furia end up losing to Complexity.
More importantly, he still had plenty of boost to work with if that ball came anywhere near him. Now Drawley, indirect off the ceiling, now the backboard, there's Feer.
Bang! Ooh! Okay. All right. KC Falcons cooking just a little bit more than Energy Vitality. Okay, okay. That was nice.
Bang, bang, above the crossbar. They now have the lead a couple of minutes later.
It's been a game of runs. It's KC. A couple in a row of their own from Drawley and Feer. What other twists and turns do we have? Again, you know, a second game that is dramatically different from the openers. They're kind of throwing jabs in game one. It ends 1-0. Now we get a shootout at Forbidden Temple. Feer just barely beaten. Only Drawley is back.
That's shootable.
And Drawley,
man, big play. Pretty good save. I think Clears played that as good as he could.
And Killers has to be very careful. Doesn't have a Psycho. So Drawley's shot.
Psycho mentioned.
Very little pace behind it, but the pressure still remains as Atto's circling around. He will dive in, and he could still get one more play from this, but it's sent right back.
Killiers doesn't have a Psycho. Will that show up on Kogut later?
He makes contact, and Atto stays around like a bad stink. TRK round towards the side, and Drawley with enough boost. You see it's only Killers on Falcon side that has any, and he is going to be the savior for now.
You definitely don't want to let him get that close.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Send it back the other way. Only booms.
Nobody else can recover. 24 seconds. Feer just throw it at the net. Hope something good happens. Instead, it's an outlet to Killers. He will not get the second touch, but that ball goes right across to Rawas. Well read.
No, Johnny doesn't say Psycho.
10 seconds now. K-Corp trying to level the series. TRK
he says full field redirects.
5 seconds. Feer will bring this down towards ground. And that last touch should certainly do it, but, well, Falcons
you never know.
The ball in the air for a moment.
Hold on, Stacks.
So much work to do.
Nah.
Oh. Won't be able to as that spiked down, and we've got a tied up
Skim
series.
redirect, is that what he says?
Well-earned game
Are they doing the eliminations tomorrow? No. They're doing the whole Swiss today, it looks like, according to Wikipedia. The volunteers at Wikipedia tell me they're doing the whole Swiss today.
Could take it home.
So if you trust the volunteers.
Game from Drawley in regulation as well.
Oh, Furia doing just fine. Furia back in the lead.
Unreal, and again, after only getting 3 shots on target
off of
in the
Mr.
first game and just being frustrated time and time again, an offensive explosion.
KBM Trevino.
9 shots, 3 of them.
I guess we can stay here, actually. I thought they were about to start the game.
And of course, led by Drawley. After he gave up that one, he scored 2 in this game. But the big strike, of course, also coming from Feer, the game winner from Vati. Just a beautiful double through 2, no problem. And it's Karmine Corp leveling the series, a 3-2 win.
Diaz.
Last year in Copenhagen in the Swiss, they went the distance when they had the rematch in the playoffs as well. But the one that stands out, of course, Stumpy, at the World Championship.
Ooh.
And K-Corp took
That's a good save. He actually had the bump, too. Lost.
It was not a best of 5, so keep that in mind as well.
All right. Furia doing okay. Furia doing okay. So are Energy out? No, they're not out. They're just in. They're not even in lowers. I wouldn't consider where they're at lowers. They're at 2 and 1. Yeah, they could. If they win their next round, they might not even start the hybrid bracket in lowers. It'll be tiebreakers that puts one of them down. Complexity. We need to rename this one though.
Indirect for himself off the ceiling.
I mean, I guess just full caps. Complexity could do.
That have no shortage of it. Here goes Killers, right at a toe. And
right at a toe.
He's got Rawas to his right. doesn't need him. Cooking himself off the crossbar.
Whoops, accidentally messed it up.
And nobody's home. They got caught again.
All right, what happened? Something crazy happened while I was adding this emote. It's not my fault. Cole? Yeah, it should just be Cole. Of course it should. This is why you read the chat.
Feer sends down range. Says thank you very much. One goal for Karmine Corp, a relatively early one in these series so far, in these games so far in this series. Falcons starting this game chasing, and that one just wide in the top corner.
Very similar to the goal that TRK scored in the previous game. You know, we've seen K-Corp successfully changing things up on the kickoff as well, able to get that ball.
That looks scoreable.
Falcons territory a couple of times where, you know, they're going away from the man who's going for a boost off to the corner. Opposite side, Drowley's got that one out to the wing.
Is the Scorpion goal explosion in the shop? I would hope they have it pretty soon. Wouldn't make sense to announce it. Ooh, Killers. Who needs teammates?
A demo, a pass. They're all so close in that moment, and yet the speed from Killers whips it round everyone on Karmine Corp. Their positioning secondary, goal scoring, a primary focus.
It's the kind of goal where every coach watching it would just pull their hair out. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I always tell my team, hey, spread out. Don't get all caught in the corner.
Not a problem I have, Stacks. Sorry.
Goal out of it. Go figure.
Doesn't make sense, mate.
Well, when you have one of the best players in the world on your side, you can get away with stuff like that. 1-1 here with about 3 minutes remaining.
Charlie wanting to push this ball a little bit further downfield, but another 50, and the physical game so far has been playing dividends for the Falcons. That's a one-on-one play, didn't quite work out that time for them, however. TRK from the backboard does leave that ball for Roas, who then gets bumped away from it by Atto. Tira finds Charlie, finds Ceiling, finds Killers. Great ambition from him to find the ball.
Atto, good 50 to get by one. He's got
low boost passing play. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's just the beautiful game of Rocket League.
And he's finding that into the opposite bottom corner as well.
Bing!
It's essentially, which one are you going for?
Oh, everything's well? Everything is well. Eons, thank you for being on 3-stream streak.
Sneaks it just below the nose. Great play from Karmine Corp. Took all three of them to sneak it past Falcons, but they do so.
NRG won against Vitality earlier is technically a sentence you could say and not be telling a lie. But you'd be referring to a one game.
Just trying to stone that ball back into the zone. It's going to be Atto. Drowley was there, so too his body. He's got options. That's down towards both Vatira and Atto. And Vati with nothing in the tank. Couldn't even steal the boost. Trying to get physical with Killers. He's still in the area for a shot. That's going to be sent out by Killers. Now Drowley, another infield ball, but nobody's home. And Falcons can just clear the zone. What else can they do with it? Ball goes high and wide.
Sailed it.
Still very much in a scoring spot, just for the moment.
Falcons then for a little bit of pressure now.
The best way to find info on the internet is by saying something wrong.
Use it to wave dash.
So true,
this ball
dude.
finds itself back out central.
You got me.
From TRK has to use 50 boosts just to get towards it. With 100 seconds now ticking down, Karmine Corp retain that lead. A shot. A pot shot on
what if you had
target.
guessed it right? Assuming you didn't know how it went.
Challenge him high as well, though,
Just nobody says anything to you, and you're like, all right, I guess I was right.
Seconds now. One to chase for the Falcons.
Oh, Killers, just maybe the worst person for K-Corp to see on the ball.
Oh.
Come on. Come on. I like the guys. Because Drowley just rose right by the ball. Maybe he expected somebody to be up for that. Either way, Atto doing all he can to burn more time off the clock, more pressure, maybe get that insurance goal. Vati keeping that around. And
that looks open. Wait, what? Do you think Killers had more boost? Like,
maybe a defender could get back, but it sure looked open from here.
I really thought that was.
I mean, it would have been a soft shot with his zero boost, but like,
sure, but I think it was possible. I'd love to
yeah,
see that
he thought Killers had boost. If Killers like 100, then yeah, then hold off, let your 100 like boost player just slam a much stronger shot. But if you're both at 0, then Roas for sure should shoot there.
Got cleanly to the backboard, but nobody in front to follow it up. And K-Corp recovers. Down to 20 seconds. Got the pump, and it just trickles wide. now 15. Falcons have to get out of their own zone.
0-second
and
wonders.
got a lot of physical play to contend with, as well as Vatira.
Look at the fake challenge is why Vatira actually almost got them a scoring opportunity. You think he got called off? But why would Killers call him off if he also had 0? You know what I mean? Oh, dude, they're getting hyped.
You could see the vision, though. He had a teammate down there.
Somebody's
on the
yelling.
ground, trying to play it off him into
All right.
net. Would have been impossible to react.
Furia complexity.
Did not come to fruition, however, and it's Karmine Corp. After getting shut out in game 1.
You called him off? Wait, type 1 in chat if you called him off. Told him not to shoot it.
And they're 1 win away from advancing at 3-0 into the playoffs.
10 shots apiece as well. Both sides offensively putting up numbers. A few more saves on the side of Falcons. Clearly shown by the fact that, of course, Karmine Corp did manage to get another goal on top of them. But you see just how even these bars are. Score, shots, saves, everything apart from that final scoreline in favor. Now, I love, right, do we see it?
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see.
Are we wrong? Are we silly?
I mean, we are silly for many reasons. God, look at this from Killers, too. Was utterly insane.
Oh, this shot down, bottom left from Drali does take it. Oh, we don't see it. The production hate us. That's fair, though.
I know. So now,
I get it.
Now we're going to be stuck for the next, 10, 15 minutes wondering, like, could he have put that in? I feel like he really could have. We will find out as the day goes on, though. We'll come back to it, and I'm sure somewhere on socials or even on the desk, they will solve that mystery.
I hope so.
Game 2 stays tied with Furia complexity.
Match point twice for Karmine Corp.
One more, and they're going to be going through, making an EU sweep in the 3-0 rounds. It's going to be big for the Birmingham Major, the one that's going to be taking place in Europe. Of course, then we've got the Raleigh Major, tickets still available, and the World Championship. Going straight back over towards Europe.
Esports production isn't easy. Oh no, trust me, that's got to be so hard. Furia win, by the way, 2-up. Or actually, now it says the Ultimates won. So I don't know what to say. I think it was Furia though. Yeah, it was. The hype chamber said the Ultimates won the game between Furia and Complexity. Ooh, nice play from Drali.
Drali played that for himself.
It was him.
That was nice.
Unreal.
That speed is phenomenal. Stuffed a rocket in his boot and went flying towards the orange side.
I mean, Drali has emerged over the last year and a half as just one of the most amazing young talents we've ever had in Rocket League. Right there alongside Zen.
Why did Koi catch a perma? What did he do? He said, okay, so. Oh, and then he switched KC greater than Falcons.
Having Vitality also at 3-0 with the World Championship in
KC, Vitality, the 1-2 out of Swiss. Potentially.
Give us something huge, and Falcons.
Don't look to NA.
They're going to be the first ones wanting to knock Europe down a peg, and they are a perfect team to do so. Sent high from Rawas. Challenges in the middle. It's going to be Drali again, and I think you can tell compared to game number 1, he is now feeling something just a little bit different.
Wondered how
Octane Rawas? Oh, you're right. You're right.
They're heavily relying on Drali to be, 80% of the offense.
I feel like people don't like Octane Rawas.
Well, you see it
in my chat.
Right here.
I feel like they think he's going to lose when he's in an Octane, but to be fair, he only went to it after already losing in this case.
Everybody from Karmine Corp was so far back, and Team Falcons might actually be able to steal a little bit of offensive zone time out of this.
Tell you what, Drali on every challenge is challenging high as well. Typically, you want to be making sure that ball ends up high, so your challenge is a little bit lower to give yourself options. They don't just dunk it below you and then make it threatening on net. He's going high so frequently, and it's catching Falcons by surprise time and time again. He's then able to continue flying over their car with the momentum. You see it there again, goes high above TRK on the wall. It's interesting, it's different play from Drali, and it's working.
Well, Falcons have also been playing a very high-risk, high-reward game style here. They're trying to send another man to go for a demo when somebody's already on the ball. They're challenging.
Getting slicey and dicey.
Try to get 2 for the price of 1, and unfortunately, what's happened to them a couple of times is 1 touch has beaten 2. There's nobody back immediately at the net. Killers is racing back on ball side, not really where you want to be. And now Vatira will leave that one. Unfortunately for him, Atto was taken out. And now Killer's a little awkward at his own back wall, and Drawley looking to center out.
Ooh,
and
nice
that's
cut.
cleared away by Rawas in stride. And again, tried the slow play. Vatira caught up with him.
Stunning play from Vatira too. Shadows it just enough, forces Rawas to take a side. Rawas's 50 was great, but it just gets pushed into the corner due to where Vatira positions his car. Gets funneled into a non-goal scoring position.
All right, TRK, what you got? What you got?
This is a decent chance. Go central, Killers.
Almost got a pinch out to your own net off your play.
To jump, sees Vati is there first.
Well, a good job by Killers of conserving boost as well. He made that initial challenge at about 90 boost, and he still
Does he hit those?
Has plenty to set up Rawas as well, but that's
I think he even got it close.
And he will yield to TRK.
At the end of the day, top one chatter is the goal.
Recognizes that, booms it away.
You guys want to know who's top one chatter so far the watch party weekend? Oh my goodness, Drowley.
And Drowley with an absolute laser right into an open net.
It was a laser into a laser. It was Vatira finding him.
Yeah, that's a good counter.
Waiting,
good setup. It's Koi, obviously, and it's not even close. He is literally almost three times ahead of Rusty at number 2.
And Karmine Corp find themselves clear by 2 with 80 seconds left.
Just unbelievable stuff. 12 goals yesterday. He had more than his teammates combined, talking about Drowley. And he's got 5 more goals today out of the 7 they've scored.
It's just Atto to defend there for a second. There's 2 were removed from the play.
Complexity is winning a game over in the alt stream.
And Atto does hold that fort down now, under a minute. Killers wants to challenge versus Atto. Atto's going to get the better of him and then gets 1 bump on a Falcons defender. A long shot again. Charlie knows that if he keeps sending it towards the net, they may well overextend again because they don't need to send the kitchen sink.
Oh, Vatira actually got bumped into sending this ball downfield. Then
ooh, that looks like it could be scoreable. That just about secures it. That just about secures it. Complexity up 2-0 against Furia. So it might not be a sweep over there.
The Coliseum may well light up in blue for this final game of the series.
I was not able to pump my numbers. Okay, I had to go look and see what Kai was saying and how that could possibly make any sense.
A very strong looking 3-1.
I think I decided not to repeat out loud the response.
On the back wall, we are going to need a
doesn't count flute game KC cheaters. Ah. I didn't think about that angle.
What will be a 3-0 record.
Quality over quantity 5. Dongerge, DSC 1439.
Karmine Corp has sent a message not to be outdone by their countrymen on the Vitality side.
All right.
K-Corp into the playoffs.